Another night of Democrats doing everything in their power to avoid telling you what their real plans are if the country actually picks Joe Biden. They trotted out a bunch of old familiar faces in a desperate attempt to reassure Midwest voters that Biden will govern as a moderate. However, after watching tonight's speakers lineup, every American should be alarmed. It was a veritable who's who of failures, each of whom have done immense damage to our country. Now let's start with this blast from the past.
When I ran for president in 1976, Joe Biden was my first and most effective supporter in the Senate. He understands that honesty and dignity are essential traits that determine not only our vision, but our actions. More than ever, that's what we need.
Well, God bless them, but are Democrats really trying to harken back to the days of double-digit unemployment, inflation, and of course Jimmy Carter's malaise? Now, what's that say about their platform today? Now, Carter's biggest accomplishment was getting Ronald Reagan elected president. Tonight's lineup was kind of a time warp amalgam. It's what it would have looked like if both parties held a joint convention in, let's say, 2004. First up, John Kerry is still reporting for duty.
For the 8 years of the Obama-Biden administration, we led by example. We eliminated the threat of an Iran with a nuclear weapon. America deserves a president who is looked up to, not laughed at.
Well, John Kerry's best known for windsurfing, sending pallets of cash to Iranians, and secretly advising that murderous regime behind the backs of the president and the State Department. But sure, he really cares about Americans. Oh, wait, there's one more. Another night, another former Republican.
I support Joe Biden because beginning on day one, he will restore Americans' leadership and our moral authority. He'll be a president who knows that America is strongest when, as he has said, we lead both by the power of our example and the example of our power.
First, his endorsing Biden is the most unshocking thing to have happened in the last year, okay? He backed Obama twice and Hillary in 2016. And he's a nice man and a patriot. He served his country, obviously. But Colin Powell talking about the example of our power, really? While America has turned away from the interventionist neocons of yesteryear, the Dems trot out one of the masterminds behind Iraq. You remember the one that wasted trillions of dollars and sent thousands of Americans to their deaths in a quixotic search for WMDs? Is this how Joe's foreign policy would be shaped? Now, the race to the bottom didn't end there. Former acting Attorney General Sally Yates, she also made an appearance.
10 days in, I was fired for refusing to defend President Trump's shameful and unlawful Muslim travel ban. That was the start of his relentless attacks on our democratic institutions and countless dedicated public servants.
Wait, attacks on our democratic institutions? This is the woman who President Trump fired for putting open borders above the American people. And she helped weaponize the DOJ against the Trump campaign. But last but not least was Bill Clinton, who uttered the one of the least aware lines of the night. And that's saying something.
At a time like this, the Oval Office should be a command center. Instead, it's a storm center. There's only chaos.
What is that? I don't think you should ever talk about the Oval Office. The man who turned the Oval Office into a mini Playboy mansion probably shouldn't be lecturing Americans about what it should symbolize. He forever disgraced the office of the presidency with his sleazy political arrangements that continued after he left the White House. Now, just today, a new pic was revealed showing Bill Clinton getting a massage from one of Jeffrey Epstein's accusers. So I ask, are these really the luminaries that Democrats think best represent their party? The folks you Americans want that close to power again? Now, if so, then the choice in November should be an easy one. But we want to go back to the days of economic calamity, malaise, and endless wars? Or do we want to continue the unprecedented prosperity, strong borders, and American renewal of the Trump era?